What's up, everyone? I have a special treat for you today. We're in the presence of a Blooket god. I got Ben Stewart, the creator of Blooket, here to answer all of your juicy questions. I gather these from the Blooket Reddit, Blooket Discord, YouTube channel. Let's get started. We're the man, the myth, the legend. Wait to the very end of the interview. We're gonna ask Ben a very special question for all you hackers out there. Welcome, Ben. What's going on? What's up?
What's up? Thanks for having me.
We're just gonna get started, right?
Yeah.
Let's get right into it. What exactly is a Blook? How did you even come up with it? People are literally spending hours trying to grind to get these coveted collectibles. What is a Blook essentially?
Yeah. I mean, I can basically the original idea or like how Blooket kind of started was I was really in love with games and I always wanted to make a site or like a game or something. The problem with game development and a lot of a lot of things go into game development. You get a lot of art, a lot of music. It's very hard to, just make a game without a lot of resources. So I kind of wanted to see what was like the minimum game that I could make with the resources that I had. And I found like this one like art pack online that was free to use. And it was just like these little square animals. And they, the I was brainstorming what I wanted to call in the name. And, you know, obviously like a little square is just like a block. And you just replace the C with an O and you get Blook. And that sounded really cool. And then obviously from there we go to Blooket. And so we just had like these little Blooks. And they're really bad. You would have to be like 2 years ago. These were still on the site, and we eventually got our artist Anna, who started, improving the Blue. She started making all the new ones that we see on the site today, and that's how our art style got so good. And yeah, I mean, obviously, just being in love with games, I always wanted to, reward kids for playing more. So we created different rarities of Blukes and all that stuff, and that's how we got to where we are now.
That's awesome. I think that, I mean, that's been around. I mean, the Discord and Reddit, people have just been like wondering, where does it come from? I mean, people thought it was from books because, the question
Yeah.
sets, and you kind of led into the second question, why did you call it Blooket? And you kind of said it's from a block. So you kind of answered that second one. How did you really come up with the concept? You kind of mentioned that you love games. I mean, this educational platform, is kind of, I use it in the classroom. I play with my friends and I stream it live and everything, but it's kind of morphing into this like cult pop gaming realm. Like, how did you even come up with that concept?
Yeah. I mean, I'm currently 20 years old, so I about when I was 17 or 18, I was still in high school, and I was playing just like all the students who are using the site now. I was playing a lot of Kahoot and a lot of like all those other games, and if you play a lot of those games, obviously like they're really great and they're good for a lot of purposes, but I felt like they were missing something. I was getting a little bit tired of the same kids always winning, and it's just like points, like, like answer streaks, you get one wrong, you just feel like you're out of the game. There's no way to get back on top and stuff like that. I just thought we could do more with gamification stuff. And so I started looking into coding and I started looking into, how I could create a better world. And it took me a few tries. I had originally the site was just like the racing mode and it was bad. It just gave out random points, like regardless of how fast you answered anything. And that wasn't really fun. It's hard to make one game that satisfies everyone. Some people like the randomness, some people like more skill, some people like to just answer as fast as they can. So I decided, maybe I can't handle all those requests with one game. So maybe I'll try to split it up into different games. And that's when I started to get the idea for different game modes. And then, just taking concepts from some popular things and seeing how they work in a classroom. Like I always, battle royales are like so great. And there was especially when I started making it was the time when like battle royales were just getting popular. I'm like, we need this for the classroom. And you're just seeing like all the kids erupting after they get a answer right, or they win and stuff. And so I just always thought we could do more gamification. I'm happy that we got here.
Let's get into the next question here. Will the referrer program come back, and why did it go away? There's a lot of speculation about that. Why
Yeah.
did you do it? What happened?
Yep. So the referral program was originally, just a way to get, teachers to share Bluekins to reward them for sharing Blooket. So what had happened was, I mean, you know it a little bit, but what basically happened was people had started to get refers into like year 2040, 2050. I'm like, okay, wait, how is this happening? And partially it was happening because people were just spam creating accounts and then they were just giving themselves refers. So, basically anyone could get plus by just creating a bunch of accounts. We kind of addressed that issue by making it more secure to get accounts and fixing that a little bit. So we actually are maybe planning to bring it back given the fact that we've made that a lot more secure. Uh, but we also had to go through the people and look at the years. So you in specific, you had, I forget exactly how long, but like you have Blooket Plus for like the next 10 years or so. I'm like, there's no way this guy has referred that many people. And I accidentally like removed your plus. And then looking back at it, I'm like, oh wait, he actually, like you were actually probably the only legitimate one who really used the refer feature that much. And so we had to remove it from a couple people, but we are planning to kind of bring some things back. If you've been with Blooket for a little bit, you've noticed like some features, we keep adding a few features, all the time, but we have taken away a few features, and pretty much every feature we've taken away is because it's been exploited in some way. And so a lot of the features that have been taken away, we want to bring back. We didn't take them away because we thought they were bad, just because they were being exploited. But now that I'm working with some more tech people now and getting the site a lot more secure. And obviously, like when I say secure, I want to make it clear that the site is secure in terms of data and all that stuff. The site has a few exploits in terms of getting lots of coins and stuff that is involved with the gamified sense. So although we've made the site secure in 10 in the sense of data and that stuff, we also want to make it secure, so people can just enjoy the games. And that's a big problem. You see you see this problem happening to a lot. Like if you ever play like a mobile game and you see the leaderboard in those mobile games, like all the top 10 people have like these ridiculous scores that you could never get. So we kind of have like that same problem with our leaderboards and stuff. But as we start to fix some of these things, we do want to bring some of these features back.
Yeah, I agree with you. The site is definitely safe and secure, and a lot of those other exploits or hacks or whatever that people are doing are just for the gamified. Really helps build it. And you kind of definitely hit on the next question. Are you aware of the other Ben Stewart? So essentially, there's a clone of you out there. It is also a game designer who's also named Ben Stewart. He also, I know that you can believe it. I'll link it in the description of this video. Who's game designer? You type in Google, both of your bios appear, and on his though, on your clone in bold, it says, "Please stop emailing me. I am not the Ben from Blooket."
Wow.
I know. So what I'm trying to get at is, you kind of hit it on the head. Like people are just, flooding your site with, the referral program. Blooket's become so popular, Reddit pages, of your official YouTube channel, Twitter, Facebook, multiple fan base. Did you think it was going to blow up? I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So I mean, the answer is definitely not. Like so Bluket's been in existence for about almost 3 years now. And basically the first 2 years, the site was extremely insecure. It was extremely unstable. It crashed all the time. No one was really using it. It was mainly just a hobby. I was still focused on going to school and doing all that stuff. And it was only the beginning of this year when I had spent this whole summer, basically the summer I had made 4 new game modes. I had made, before this year, we didn't have Gold Quest, we didn't have Tower Defense, we didn't have a lot of like these really loved game modes, and some of the reasons that the site is so popular today, we didn't have any of those. I think maybe I kind of locked into what people were really enjoying about the site and doubled down on that, and I was hoping that might help the site grow, but not like that. To give a little bit of perspective, to be a little bit broad, but I think at the beginning of this year, we had around a few 10,000 users, maybe 20, 30,000 users, like which was pretty good, but not popular, not life changing or anything like that. And now we have multiple million, around a little over 5, over 6 million. And that's without advertising, that's without really going in too deep, and that's with me still being in college and that stuff. So no, I didn't expect it. But as it started to blow up this year, I started to think more. It was still just me mainly running the site. I started to think more about what I wanted to do and what I wanted to do with it in the future. So this year I'm taking a gap year off college. I've hired a few more people. So we're going in this year, and we're gonna really try to take the site to another level. And we have some like really, really awesome things that planned, and new Blooks, new game modes, new features that I can't wait to show the community. The community's been like so great. Like I actually can't believe that we have like all these awesome communities and all these awesome creators that are using the site and that are making content for it. So I obviously didn't think it was going to get to this point, but I'm so happy it did.
I mean, I definitely agree with you. I mean, just when I played at school and with my friends and things like that, like people go nuts for these game modes. I mean, you have some cult following with certain games, like you mentioned, like Tower of Doom, people are just Gold Quest is another one that frustrates people. It's just really good. Let's talk about your other half. Who is Tom, and what does he do besides hold your coffee? Everyone wants to know who is Tom.
Sure. Tom is my brother. So at the beginning of the school year, I was doing everything for Blooket and it was super fine up then. But then we started receiving lots of emails. Obviously, as you start to grow, you get a lot of customer support emails dealing with subscriptions or problems on the site or errors and things. And I was busy with schoolwork and busy with answering emails and busy with fixing the site. And that was just too many times. So my brother's still in high school, and the high school was pretty chill this year because of staying at home, and he didn't have too much to do, so he had a lot of extra time to help me. And so he's pretty much been taken in charge of answering emails. So a lot of times if you guys have sent an email, you've probably got Tom responding it. But yeah, he's my brother, super helpful, and he's been so good with like also growing the community and helping me come up with ideas. And he'll continue to be a part of our team as we continue to grow it, and he'll still be.
This one was just recently, just threw this one in here today off of the YouTube comment. Like, what was your inspiration for PAC, Pokemon, our cool event that's going on right now? How'd you even come up with the idea, the event where the top 10 winners get a Chroma or our mystical Blook? I mean, this was just a massive shift from the Blooket, and people were, I was shocked as far as like the creativity and just like the flooding that went there to get these Blooks. And you kind of mentioned it before, how you just have such a big fan base for pretty much anything that you do that is Blooket related. How'd you come up with the idea?
Yeah. So I don't want to get into it too much because I'll be making like a little post or video or something about because I want to kind of tell the story of why I did it, and I want to kind of review what's happened. There's a lot of really cool trends that I think are really interesting and kind of funny. So I'll be definitely going into that more. But to give a little sneak peek at that, it's mainly I just wanted the Discord to have something fun to do unrelated to Blooket. This whole year we're going to be going down on Blooket and stuff like that, but I wanted to make sure that we still had a community, and I still didn't leave them over the summer. And I have, some more time now that it is summer. So I said, basically it was at nighttime, when I'm just like chilling, I'm just like, hey, let's just make a site and let's kind of like a social experiment. Like, let's just kind of see what'll happen if I do that. And so yeah, I'll be talking about that more later, but it was just kind of a random thing that came up, and it's been fun to see what happened.
It was awesome. I know I was on there grinding for hours, and people were just up into the late night doing it. So it really made me feel pretty good that you're the mastermind behind Blooket, and you can do other things. What is your favorite Blook, and is it more by looks or sentimental value? You kind of sentimental value. You kind of mentioned the earlier part of Blooket was just kind of just random drawings, but what's your favorite Blook?
This is interesting because I don't. Maybe we leak a little. I don't know. But okay, so my favorite like current Blook, common Blook, is the goldfish for some reason. The interesting part about that was a lot of our earlier Blooks were mainly just kept in square shape. They didn't really expand beyond that square. I didn't really understand what we could do with it. And still some of our most basic Blooks are, very follow like the pattern of a Blook very much. And I basically just gave my artist and said, like, just make me some animals, like just do whatever you want to do. And when she came back for the goldfish, it doesn't look like another Blook, it has some opacity to it, and it's a little bit different. It kind of opened up the path into like, oh, we can do more with these Blook designs than just doing little squares. We can add things coming out of them, and we can do things like that. So that's a little sentimental, but also it just like looks really cute and it's awesome. I have a few other like Blooks that I like. A lot of like the rare ones are really awesome. I really enjoy like the ghost, and the new one that we're releasing for the winner of pack is getting Tim the alien, which is a alien with a little spinning cow in it. So I enjoyed that one too. But there's a few Blooks that we used to have that we got rid of when we transferred into our new art style, and the new game mode that we're coming out at the beginning of this school year. We're going to be bringing that one of those Blooks back, and it was always my favorite Blook there. And so I'm super happy to have that one back in the game, and I can't wait for you guys to see it.
That's awesome. Thanks for that spoiler. I know everyone's probably going to be playing with that goldfish, and that Tim the alien is fire with that spinning cow, and everyone was just. I was shocked. I thought it was just going to be similar to the spooky ghost. So that was actually pretty cool.
No, yeah. And in addition to like the Blook stats, I think we've kind of just touched the surface of going into Blooks. We've started to make some really cool ones, but I also want to, we're gonna have a few more mysticals coming out this year. We're gonna add some more animations, and we're gonna do another kind of special type of Blook that some people have been asking for a little bit, but that's also I'm excited to reveal.
Spoilers, y'all. Spoilers, y'all. Let's kind of go like shift a little bit. Another fan favorite that isn't there yet. You hit on it a little bit of is people want different types of Blooks. There's another one. Are we ever going to get access to Blooket's music either through iTunes, directly on the site? I mean, people are streaming these, on YouTube. They're just, I mean, I know I do, and just, are we ever going to get access to the music?
Maybe I can get you guys access to the music. I've never really put a lot of time into it, but I might be able to do that in the future. I'm definitely not opposed to it. A lot of it's just made by some awesome people that we've reached out to, and as I think we're starting to really find, I think we might be changing our music. Not sure, but I'm definitely flexible on our music. And I think as we come out with new game modes, I think we start to really define our music. I think like Crypto Hack is an example that has some really like great energetic
Slamming,
music, and
slamming.
Tower Defense also too. As some, so I think we're starting to find like some better music and starting to really define our taste. So music's always been a part that I haven't spent too much time on, but it's definitely so important. And now I'm starting to consider it more and more. So definitely we're going to see more from that.
Nice, nice. I agree with you. When the Crypto Hack beat drops, people are just like shocked. So I think that's pretty good. Speaking of new things, again, I don't know if you can comment on this. Might be another. You already dropped multiple spoilers. When is the new Tower Defense map coming out? And can you confirm at least, the very least, is it called Mines? Okay, this is blowing up. Ben. You can't avoid this, Ben. People
Okay.
are just clamoring about this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of people in the community who are super good at looking at our stuff and finding everything. So I can confirm that the new map is called, I think, Mineshaft. So that
Oh,
will be the
damn.
new map. And it'll be releasing at the start of next school year. Basically, we're not gonna release too many things, then we're gonna have a big start of season 3. We're probably gonna have a new game mode, new map, and just new Blooks, and it's gonna be great.
Ben, we're on the same page. That was literally the next question. Like you just said it, are we still doing seasons? Will there be season 3, quote unquote, officially? Are we living in season 3 right now? Are we
Yeah,
stuck in
no,
the matrix? Like what's going on? Like for season 3, upcoming events, updates, new game modes, boxes for Blooks, anything that you could even hint for the
sure.
community.
No, basically the way I want to do seasons is kind of just to help me keep track of, how long Blooket's been going on. And I don't really like a lot of some games how they're on like season 12 and that stuff. I don't really love that because it feels like every update is a new season, and I kind of wanted just a school year to be a straight up season. But within seasons, obviously, we have a lot of different things coming out. But that big release at the beginning of the year is I'm hoping to get the new game mode done, and we should have the new Blukes done within a week. And none of that will be coming out until probably early next month. I'm not exactly sure when season 3 is going to start, but should be the start of the school year, maybe mid next. Probably next month, but I can't exactly. I don't exactly know when. We'll see when it comes out, but definitely new Blukes, definitely a new game mode,
That's
and
awesome. I
definitely a
mean,
new other feature. That's a couple other features that I'm super happy with.
major spoilers, y'all. Big spoiler. This is huge. I mean, we already got like 12 spoilers. Another one. Again, if you can't, I know you've been
I got you.
you've been dishing out, Ben, a lot. This
No,
is the big one.
okay.
This is a big one here, okay, that everyone wants to know. Just to be clear,
Mhm.
we all want to know, will the contest of candy come back? People are literally drooling over this. Can you confirm, will the contest of candy come back, especially in the shadow of PAC, Pokemon are cool? Is the event coming back, Ben?
Yeah. So I feel like I haven't been too big with too many spoilers, and a lot of it's already out there. The contest of candy is an interesting thing. Basically, every time we've done the contest of candy so far, a hacker has won because there are different ways to keep that insecure. I can't confirm with actually Pokemon are cool. It's that site was way more secure, and that's kind of another reason I created it was to make sure that I could design something that was secure, and that even though there are a few ways to get a lot of money and stuff there, it's more secure. And the reason I've been working on that is to make sure that we can do other events. Now, I'm not sure whether we're going to be able to get to a point where we can make the contest of candy secure, but if we do, I definitely love to bring it back. I definitely can't confirm whether we're gonna have it or whether we're not gonna have it. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I definitely can confirm that we have some new stuff coming for Halloween this year, and hopefully the contest of candy is around with it, but maybe not, and maybe we'll have some other tournaments as it gets along, but more events are coming and more stuff like that.
Nice, nice. That's great. I'm sure the fans gonna love that. Everyone's gonna love that. And you kind of answered I had another question too about the constant candy. It was kind of sus that Medela won a couple times. So you kind of mentioned that a little bit already.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that's been, you're aware of that. And speaking of different exploits and hacks, there's another question. Don't know if you know more about this, but are you aware of the chroma glitch, the all blue glitch, where sometimes you get, when you play live, sometimes a player gets every single Blook and they flip out. I've seen this in the classroom. People like scream, but they're like, like they just go nuts because they have the whole list. Did someone exploit it? Is it an Easter egg? Like, are you just kind of trolling us and this,
Yeah.
your God powers are just flowing through everybody right there? Like, what is that?
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. It's not an exploit. It's not an Easter egg. It's just a bug. I believe when it happens, sometimes the Blooks don't load in correctly, and some of the array just doesn't basically refresh in time. And we're looking into it now to get it fixed. Obviously, it's not a very detrimental bug because you can just use the Blooks for one game. So it's honestly kind of become a small Easter egg, but yeah, it's a little bug, and maybe we will. Hopefully, we can fix it soon. I think I've messed with it a little bit, so it doesn't happen as frequently now. But it just happens.
Yeah. I mean, people love it. So if you took it away, people will be a little bit upset. They absolutely love it. Let's kind of go down here through these questions here. Oddball question. Don't know if you could do this. Like this one was on the Reddit. You did the automatic sell button that helped a lot of people grind and get more Blooks easier. Will you think about trading? And again, this question was kind of open-ended where creators can trade back and forth different Blooks. I mean, it was on the Discord too. I mean, will trading be involved?
Yep.
Oh,
it's I've been thinking of a different how I want to kind of design it and the different technical things that go into that, but we are eventually, hopefully this year, going to have some sort of way to trade or sell or just get more involvement with the Blooks. So something's coming.
I got you. That's great. It's going to be really helpful. What's with the 500-day cap for coins? Like, is it a safety thing, a numbers game? People are like, why can't I get past 500? And there's a whole rumors of why you can't. This please put it to rest. Why is it 500, Ben? Why isn't that 250? What's up with that?
Yeah. So the first reason, the reason I originally I put a cap. I think there's always been a cap on Blooket. I think it used to be 100 or maybe 250. I think it used to be 250. And the reason for that was because I basically I didn't want people to get too many coins. I kind of wanted to keep the economy of Blooket in check. Like I didn't want someone to have like 1,000,000 coins and someone else who only plays a couple times to have like 100 or something. Blooket, there are people who only play Blooket in classroom, and then there are people who grind Blooket a lot, like at home and stuff. And while I definitely want to reward the people who grind it, I don't want to give them such an advantage to where the people in the classroom feel like they can't do anything. So that's why having a 500-day cap is like, okay, you can grind it if you want, but I'm not going to let people get too far behind you. I want them to still stay out with the platform and do that. That's originally. Now, the kind of accidental consequence that happened is an exploit was developed where you can add coin or add tokens to your accounts, and so that while we're fixing that exploit now, it's a little bit complicated. So that 500 cap has also kind of helped stop that exploit from getting too abused.
Yeah, I mean that sounds great. I think that's why everyone wants these Blooks. They're hard to get, and when you finally get it, you feel accomplished. I know I only have one chroma, so
that's impressive. That's very impressive.
Yeah, I got that blizzard. So
oh yeah, that was great. A limited time too. Yeah,
exactly. Let's go on to the next one. Another contentious one again. Don't know, what's going to go on with this one. How do you get on the discovery page, Ben? It's pretty sus to me. How do you get on there? What's going on with it? There's millions of views that are happening for creators, and there's like better ones that are out there. Like, what's up with that, Ben?
Yeah. So for insight into how the discovery page is made, basically I manually control it. So I can yeah, I either put things on or remove them from the site. So all the things you'll notice,
Like,
generally the ones I have are all on the ones because I made them and I can confirm that they're going to be good and that's
oh, nice.
um like there's that and other ones that have just been up there for a little while or ones that I find that are high quality. I do try to put that up there. That being said, I have been extremely lazy with this. There's been a couple problems with it. Is one, I'm just not that I'm so busy with writing code and that stuff that I don't always have time to look through and find good Blooket sets to put on the Discover page. And the other case is usually when I do add a new one to the Discover page. This Discover page is currently sorted by the number of plays, which
Mm.
means that it'll be all the way at the bottom, and it still might not get as many plays as it maybe deserves. The ones at the top are just like so far ahead at this point that it's not really an effective Discover page. So that being said, we are currently considering ways to kind of rework the Discover page, not only to give more people the opportunity to be on it, but also just to make it more helpful and to make it more fresh. You know, the name your logos, thing has been at the top forever. And while I still think that that's a good set and maybe it should be on the Discover page, I think other, question sets should definitely get some more spotlight. So we're considering ways to do that right now. And again, a little bit of a technical challenge, but we are finding ways to do that.
I mean, that's awesome. That's news to me that you were actually curating that, and so that's huge. That's huge. Thanks for spoiling that for us. That's awesome. And it's kind of going through some other things. Will you be able to maybe buy Blooks with money? I know you kind of mentioned before you don't want people having an unfair advantage, but that was also another question. Can you just buy, I don't know, gear? The question was kind of vague, but with
Yeah, sure.
actual cash.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, being a gamified service is definitely something we've considered. So far we've stayed away from it. Our site probably charges the least amount of basically any site there, and we definitely do that for a reason. Is because we want people to use our platform for free, definitely if they want to, and then if they do want to support us and pay us, then we want to give them some more features. But we don't want to be a financial burden on anyone, and we don't want to do that. So we really put a lot of time into thinking about that. Um, so we've debated whether we want to also charge students. So far, we've leaned away from it, and I don't think it would necessarily be a bad thing. Sometimes we do get students reaching out saying, I do want to support you guys, and I do want to, also have a chance to get some more rare stuff. And so we definitely do see that, and we hear that, but so far it's not really been in our roadmap. We're really just spending all of our time making free features and making things to make the site more awesome. We haven't really worried that much about financials at all. So maybe that'll change, but that's currently my stance.
Okay, cool. I mean, you kind of piggyback off my second question as far as support. This is huge. Will there be merch? At least merch, t-shirts, hats. I know even on my channel, people are like, "Hey, where when they want these, they actually just want the Blook, man. Like, what's happening? Stickers, something? We don't know."
Yeah. So we basically I was putting off merch all of school. I'm like, I'm not doing merch. I'm not doing any merch. And then I said this summer we're gonna kind of try to take a look at merch and kind of see what's gonna happen with that. So we've made a few prototypes. I haven't really liked them, to be honest. So I'm currently experimenting. It's kind of hard a little bit with our art style to find exactly what's gonna fit. But we're definitely still not saying no to merch. We're working with a couple different things and we're going to see what looks the best. So eventually I do want there to be merch. I have no timeline on when that will happen,
Mhm.
but when there is, I'll get you some and we'll get it going.
Well, that's great. I mean, I'll be the first one to buy one, so definitely for sure. That's awesome. This is basically the final question, kind of
Okay,
circling back to the beginning again. Can you tell us your or one of them, your
sure.
official Blooket name? All of us want to see your stats, Ben. Capitals, slashes, underscores. What is your official Blooket name so we can hack you? We want to see it. We want to see your stats.
Cool. So maybe a little bit of a surprise is as I've been developing this site a lot, I've constantly made mistakes and I've deleted my account about 5 or 6 times. So my stats are not as impressive as they should be. That being said, they're all right. So my username that I use the most is bot, just BOT, capital B. Originally the account was made because I was just gonna create sets. Basically, I was testing out the Quizlet import feature. I said this account is just gonna have everything imported. It's just basically all the question sets can be made by a bot. But then I was just spending too much time on that account, and I kind of just stuck with it. But I think I have bot. I think I also have Ben Stewart,
Okay.
Blooket. I think I have a couple. I use a couple of few ones just to test, but I think bot's the one I usually spend on. So you'll see on the
Okay.
Discover page, there's currently 4 sets made by me on there. So that's that's where we're at. Yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, the reason why I laugh is because I was just going to mention that it's on the discovery page. It was right there,
Yep.
right in front of us.
Yep.
I'm sure everyone's going to be checking up your stats. So thanks for answering all these questions. We'd love to have you back on the channel. Any final thoughts for your fans, Ben? We've been waiting to hear from the man, the myth, the legend, the Blooket God himself. Any final thoughts for your fans?
No, I mean, honestly, thanks so much for supporting me, guys. Like we definitely wouldn't be here. Blooket grew completely just like just naturally. We didn't do any advertising. We never um you know really tried to grow the platform. It was all just teachers reaching out and sharing it on Twitter and sharing it on all social media, and then kids getting super engaged, sharing it with their friends, joining our Discord, and just participating in all these things. And I just want you guys to know that I'm bringing it back. I'm giving you guys all I got, and I'm gonna keep bringing you guys stuff. So be ready.
Nice. So thanks for your time, Ben. We all know you got schoolwork, you need time to code, it's summer, and I'm pretty sure someone's probably going to turn this interview into a Blooket question set, and I'll check y'all later. Bye, y'all.